Good morning. Good morning. My panels are telling me over on YouTube and Instagram that I'm live, and so that makes me feel very, very happy to know that I am alive and live. I hope that you all are having a wonderful Monday. It's Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. And what I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable no matter what. And no one can change that about you. Your truest loved and lovable nature. We won't be here long today because I'm trying to tighten up my schedule and give my energy and my ashe to those who deserve it fully. So thank you for being here. It is Sacral Chakra Day, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But before we do, I'm going to pick a card that is going to speak to me. That's one from yesterday. Put it back in. Let's see what Spirit wants to reveal to Love and Action Network this morning for our hearts. Oh, this card is, okay, that's the one. Infinite creativity. Infinite creativity. The card says, at any moment, I'm able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. This morning's card to start our time together is infinite creativity. Infinite creativity. At any moment, I'm able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Infinite source of energy. For those of you who may be out there today feeling a bit tired, a bit worn, especially those of you who are creatives and artists like I am, and you're building something new, or perhaps you, like me, you've been doing it for the last 30 years and some days you just get really, really bored. I want to remind you and encourage you today that at any moment, you're able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity. At any moment, that includes this present moment, you're able to tap into something greater, something bigger, something more awesome if you desire it. If you desire it. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. What are you creating today that is beautiful? What are you making in your life that's beautiful? Why have you shown up into this live today? Why are you in my life? Why am I in your life? Is it for the beautiful creation and the blossoming from it? One would think so. Do not forget to embrace your infinite creativity today. There's no one standing in your way, and there's nothing standing in the way but you. If you want it, you can have it. It is yours today, always, and forever. Stop hating. A spell. Let me pull the weed up by the root and notice the soil that I stand on. Is this a necessary vitriol? Is this what I choose now to rant on? Is there nothing to build and nothing to grow? No more to offer up? Nothing to know? Is there a way now that I could let go? Can I look in the mirror and love me more? Oh my goodness, can I look in the mirror with or without my coffee? Can I look in the mirror and love me more this morning? Can I look in the mirror and apply more love to Dr. Flo? I'm gonna read it one more time. Let me pull the weed up by the roots. Yank it right up. And notice the soil that I stand on. Is this a necessary vitriol? Is this what I choose now to rant on? Is there nothing to build and nothing to grow? No more to offer up and nothing to know? Is there a way now that I could let go? Can I look in the mirror and love me more? Can I look in the mirror and love me more? The authenticity chant that we read from page 197 of Emergent Strategy, which is the text that we use to anchor our work here in this love movement, says, "Let me not posture, let me not front, let me not say yes to lives I don't want. Let me not use words that don't mean a thing. Let me be fly as I am, no trying." You ever been so fly like Dr. Flo that you never had to try? I'm not trying to be here with y'all. I'm not doing anything to effort. Can you tell that I'm not breaking a sweat? Let me be fly as I am, no trying. Let me good for my heart, not my rep. Let me be still when I can't take a step. Don't let me get too caught creating my face. Let me just love me all over the place. Let me not posture. Let me not front. So many people are pretending to have their lives together while they're falling apart. So many people are pretending to be impressed with others when they're not. There's so many posers and fakers in the society. You know those fake it till you make it crew? You know those people? The fake it till you make it people? Let me not front. Y'all can have that. Faking it until you make it exhausts you. Faking and telling lies makes you have to remember the lie you told, as Lotta Snacks was saying last week on his edition of The Boost. When you lie so much, you gotta cover your tracks. When you lie to yourself, you don't even know who you are. It's wild out here. But let me not posture, let me not front. Let me not say yes to lies I don't want. Let me not use words that don't mean a thing. That's another thing. A lot of people are talking, but they're not really saying a lot. A lot of people are texting. A lot of people are tweeting. A lot of live streamers out here, right? But so many people are not saying anything. Let me not use words that don't mean a thing. Let me be fly as I am, no trying. Let me good for my heart, not my rep. Let me be still when I can't take a step. Don't let me get too caught creating my face, right? That's for you people who don't love your inner and outer beauty. There's so many people who do not enjoy their inner and outer beauty, and so they will spend all of their time wearing the most perfect outfit, putting on the most beautiful wig or makeup, putting on the most flashy suit, but don't let me get so caught, higher power, creating my face for these people. You know, like Angie said in our network, every day is Halloween, Dr. Flo. So let me not get too caught creating this face or this idea of who you want me to be in the world. Don't let me get too caught creating my face. Let me just love me all over the place. Reminds me of this morning's message from Tony Jones of take up space, sis. Take up space, bruh. You only live once, and then you go back into non-physical, pure, positive energy. Love is where I came from, and love is where I'm going to return to, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And so the moment that we start to recognize who we are in spirit and in truth, that is the moment that we start to get truly free. One more, and then we'll move forward. This is a radical gratitude spell. This is a spell that I speak when I'm meeting a stranger, a comrade, or a friend working for social and or environmental justice and liberation. Remember, folks, that everyone here, do not get it twisted, everyone here is not looking for social, environmental justice and liberation. They're actually people who I call the opposition, who are still loved and lovable humans, who may or may not know it yet. But the opposition is actively working against justice and liberation. We're not from that tribe. We're not those people. We're different. You got to know when you're different in this life. The reason why my lives are not attended, it has nothing to do with my talent or my abilities. You all see a scroller on the screen. You see logos. You see automatic announcements. You see flashing video over on Facebook and Instagram. There's nothing broken about my presentation. There's nothing broken about the way I look. There's nothing broken about the way I sound. There's nothing broken about my technical skills and presentation. The popularity has not come or returned to me yet because it's not popular right now to stand up for something. It's not popular to be black in this society. It's not popular to work for social justice, and it's not necessarily popular to believe in one's own liberation. But I've told you all multiple times, I don't care how you feel about me. What's most important is how I feel about me. And let me tell you something. Right now in this present moment, 16 minutes past the top of the hour, I feel fantastic. I feel fantastic. I'm going to be even more fantastic once I make this breakfast sandwich and home fries that I homemade for myself before I sang this morning. There's nothing wrong with my black girl magic. There's nothing wrong with my black girl magic, and there's nothing wrong with my black boy joy. This is a boat that I'm building, and people will get in it or get out. This is a love that I'm creating that people will get in or get out, but it's inconsequential to me because I'm working for social justice and liberation. And part of that liberation work is to free myself first. But to think that the TikTok rooms and the Instagram rooms will be full of you people who are committed to madness and insanity is nuts. Remember, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's crazy. Don't be that person. Practice radical gratitude. And as often as you're around, stop by here or other positive people. I may not be the only positive person in your life. I don't need to be the only positive person in your life. If I am, now I understand. And I understand that a lot of people do not have positive presences in their lives. They do not have positive people in their lives. And so it can feel very lonely, as I felt in the past, not knowing who is for you or against you, and not knowing who's positively motivated towards your goodness. But guess what? It doesn't matter. You are positively motivated towards your goodness. You want to have a day that's happy, healthy, and free from all suffering. And that's the metric that I use in my life. It's from the Buddha. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of all suffering. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of all suffering. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of all suffering. And I can tell you today that, even if all the cameras went off and all the lights went off in the house, because the lights have gone off in this house multiple times, every time that's happened, I'm still happy, I'm still healthy, and I'm still free of all suffering. It's an inside job. And being happy and healthy and free from all suffering gives you the energy and strength you need to get your work done. Stop focusing on other people and what they're doing. Stop focusing on the loved and lovable opposition. Okay? Stop focusing on the loved and lovable opposition. Stop focusing on the people who bullied you, or the people who don't understand you, the people who look at you, or the people who you call out to but they don't call back. Let them all go. I sent so many pink slips last night to people. I'm just been purging people left and right because I don't need to expend energy for those who don't have resonance. If there's no energetic resonance, if you don't want to be in my academy, studio, or membership anymore, there's the door. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm free from all suffering right here. And I know that it makes, this whole energy like, who does he think he is? Da, 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 da. I'm a person. Who do I think I am? I'm a person who's happy, healthy, and free from all suffering. I know that you don't believe that to be true because you may not have that in your life or in your community. I live in communities where people can go their entire day seeing family, friends, colleagues, and beyond, and nobody is happy, healthy, or free from all suffering. But good luck unto you, humans. I'm an alien here. Can't you tell? You are a miracle in motion. I greet you with wonder in a world which seeks to own your joy and your imagination. You have chosen to be free every day as a practice. I can never know the struggles you went through to get here, but I know you've swum upstream, and at times it's been very, very lonely. I want you to know I honor the choices you made in solitude, and I honor the work you've done to belong. I honor your commitment to that which is larger than yourself. I call it love. People have many, many names that they want to ascribe and fix to love. I think even the word God, as you all use it traditionally, is a bit too small for what I believe in. Whenever people start asking me if I believe in God, I'm like, well, clarify what you're talking about. Because the God that I see used and utilized out in the world at large, the God that I see being employed by the masses every day, is a very weak God. Very weak, with all of the homelessness and the bombs falling and the lack of universal health care and access to clean water. Is your God truly strong and mighty, or is there something else going on? But like I told you, the reason why I ascribe to love, that which is larger than myself, and I call it love, is because I think that that distinction of God that you all use so frequently, at award shows and stuff, thank God. I think that that energy is a little too small. I think that a 3-letter word is too small for the love that I know for myself. I honor your commitment, Dr. Flo, to that which is larger than yourself, and your journey to love the particular vessel of life that is you. You are enough. Your work is enough. You are needed. Your work is sacred. You are here, and I am grateful. One more time. You are a miracle in motion. I greet you with wonder in a world which seeks to own your joy and your imagination. You have chosen to be free every day as a practice. You have chosen to be free. Remember, y'all, that freedom and liberation is a choice. There are people every day who wake up and choose their chains. One of my favorite teachers, Esther Hicks, says, we are so free that we can actually choose bondage in our lives. Ain't that nuts? We are so free that we can choose our own bondage. Not me. I've chosen to be free every day as a practice. I can never know the struggles you went through to get here, but I know you've swum upstream. And at times, it has been lonely. As a light worker full-time who quit all of my jobs to go into full-time professional music ministry, I'm not even going to riff on it this morning because you all have been in other streams where I've talked about this. But there's a loneliness that comes to light work in a society of complainers and people who feel helpless. And I know it's not your fault that you feel helpless. Life has made you feel helpless. But in a world that is dedicated and committed to being broken, or to have societal pressures through algorithms and beyond be committed to the brokenness of people, including myself, it's wild. Because you almost feel like you're alone when there are good people everywhere. And I got to remind everyone this morning that there are good people everywhere. There are people who want to be your super fans everywhere. There are people who want to love on you and be a good friend and a good family member to you chosen. There are people who want to step their game up for you. There are people who want to contribute to your joy. Every day, my joy is contributed to by people who are amazing. And I know that it has been lonely for you, but it doesn't have to be lonely. You adults out there who complain in my DMs all the time about not being able to make friends, you're going to have to figure out how to be friendly, mostly with yourself. There's a lot of people who are lonely in the world, 800,000 of them, the hopeless. 800,000 people don't want to live this year. That means that 2,192 people by the end of this day will no longer be here because they feel so low in life. Aaron Bushnell, the young man from the armed forces who set himself on fire, was one of the 800,000, one of the 2,192 who do not want to be here. There are people who are living such deep despair and depression in their lives. They are pretending with their family and friends that they are okay when they're really feeling like dead people walking. I know that loneliness that you speak of. I've lived it throughout my life for being different and choosing to be happy. Choosing your joy will make you a very lonely camper. They will act like you're doing too much. They will act like you're taking up too much space. They will act like you're a nuisance until their lives fall apart and they need you to pray for them. They will act like you are a nuisance to them until their lives are falling apart and they ask you to work some magic or pray for them. They will act like you're a nuisance to them until they need you for a consultation phone call to help them build their business. They will act like you're a nuisance to them until they need you to pray with them on the phone. You're always a bother. I've talked in this community a lot about being that girlfriend type who the boyfriend tells to call at 3 p.m. Eastern, and she starts calling faithfully at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then he doesn't answer. So she calls at 3:05. He doesn't answer. She calls at 3:10. He does not answer. She calls at 3:15. He doesn't answer. He's somewhere at his job in his boots saying, this bitch keeps blowing up my phone. But you asked me to call you at 3 o'clock, right? I'm on my mark. Why are you not on yours? Once again, this is why I don't have a lot of real friends in life. I don't have many people that I consider real friends because you all are not, you're not that. You're not that. Sure, you're my donors. Sure, you're my sponsors. Sure, you're my contributors. Sure, you're people who I will thank one day very publicly for the love you give. But most people are not friends to me. I would demand more of you, and then you would leave me alone like the people in the past. If we were really friends, I would demand more of you, Starlight. If we were really friends, I would demand more of you, audience. I think the tapping point is in here. If we were really friends, I would demand more of you. Y'all don't want to be my friend. I would ask you for more, and you would say, I'm busy. Got a phone call. So be comfortable with that. Be comfortable with being lonely. Be comfortable with being in a loner energy as you build your light. You will find collaborators like StarlightMysticBotanica.com to collaborate with. You will find people who want to co-present joy with you and produce with you and stuff like that. But it will be lonely because of the society we live in. You should expect that. You should expect that. As a light worker, I would be disingenuous if I told the light workers coming out of school and coming out of programs and even coming out of my academy that there was going to be resonance all the time, because we live in a very distracted society. I tell Poppy Water all the time, there's an old African proverb that says that 12 friends can't stay together for 12 years. And that's the reason why that is because we all have different desires and things that make us come alive. And it's very, very hard for people to come into one accord and alignment to get the job done. So I don't expect any of you to be around in 12 years. If you are, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But I've been on the planet long enough to know that some of you may stick and some of you may not stick. It's important that I stick with myself. It's important that you stick with yourself. These people will come and go. They may even die. I've got friends who are way better than y'all who are dead. I have people who supported me way more than any of you do who are dead right now. Breaks my heart. My friend Jen, who you've seen me cry about in my rehearsal sessions, she comes to mind. She was always on my shows. She was always supportive and encouraging. She did not have a problem talking to me about my gifts and my creativity and encouraging me to do the things that I want to do. Not the things that I was going to do that would benefit her, but the things that I would do to benefit me. And she ate a hamburger years ago and died from E. coli poisoning and left me here with all of y'all. But I want you to know I honor the choices you made in solitude, and I honor the work you've done to belong. I honor your commitment to that which is larger than yourself and your journey to love the particular vessel of life that is you. You are enough. Your work is enough. You are needed. Your work is sacred. You are here. And I am grateful. And so for those of you who are tagging along this journey, whether you're producing with me or we're partners in this work, maybe you're building your own business and building your own enterprise and empire alongside or separately from me, I bless your journey today. I really do, because we're going to need it for where we're going. All right, let's go and do the chakras before we get out of here, and then also do melody. So today is Sacral Monday. Every Monday we come out of our root chakra where we talk about who we are. It's very important. I can't go back into that. I'm not sure if they touched on it yesterday. I think they did. In Waiting to Exhale, I was kind of paying attention, kind of not. But it's important that you recognize who you are. It's important that you are clear about what your I am is. Okay? That if you are a good person, that you remind yourself, I'm not just a good person though. I'm a great person. I am a solid human. I am loved and lovable. I am an anointed one. I am God personified. I am that I know that I am. I am a sexy motherfucker. I am a bold and courageous human. I am a talented mofo. And I am here. And it's very important, and I am present. And I am young, gifted, and black. And queer. Very queer. How you doing? How you doing? So, it's important that you recognize who you are so that you're not in conflict with that human. If y'all want to go deeper with discovering who you are, you can book a session with me. The first 15 minutes is always free. The rest of y'all this week that I canceled appointments on, y'all are getting invoices. And if you do not pay the invoice, you will never see me again. I am prosperous. I'm in touch with who I am. I'm sick of the bullshit. I am. Then we root to rise out of that root chakra into the second day of the week. There's 7 chakras. There's 9, some would say, but the ancients would say that there's 7 that we build upon. Those 7 chakras, I am, the root chakra, then moves us into Sacral Monday. I feel. Now, it's appropriate that I would have this chakra assigned to me as part of the team. We've taken various chakras that we concentrate on here to help lift the load, because I never should have been running this mission by myself, but I tried for 1,000 years. I'm still looking, by the way, for interesting and non-boring people. I'm looking for interesting people. I'm looking for interesting people who want to co-anchor and anchor programming. You basically got to be interesting and bold. That's pretty much it. If you're interesting and bold, I will take you. It's a very rare thing to find, though. Interesting and bold people. Some people are interesting. Some people are, interesting-ish. But even beyond that, I'm looking for bold storytellers, bold presenters, people who aren't too busy and caught up in their own, thing, to show up the way that I do at 12 o'clock on Mondays and Tuesdays and lead the boost and podcast and things like that. So if you're out there under the sound of my voice and you're interesting and bold and you're looking to plug into a multimedia encouragement platform, you're more than welcome to do that and to audition and fill out an application at lovedandlovable.org. I'm really, really looking for interesting and bold people. You have no idea. I speak before and interact with 25,000 people monthly online plus. And the interesting and bold people are still hard to find. Sheesh. Y'all are just all staring at the arena. There's so many people going into the arena, not fully living their lives. That's why I ask the creatives in my academy and the artists in my academy every day, are you taking it far enough? Are you pushing the limits on your magic? Are you recognizing how you feel? So the sacral chakra is all about our creative sexual energy. It also governs our ability to accept change in our lives. A lot of us are really, really allergic to change. I'm a person who, has been wounded in my life. So making sudden changes or surprises, which life is always going to bring, right? Life is always going to bring a sudden change or a surprise. Surprise, surprise. Life's always going to do that. So I got to become okay with change, just like you. Thank you, Tara. I love you. I got to become okay with change in order to make this shit pop. And you got to become okay with change too to make this shit pop. Where we are going, let me speak for myself. Where I'm going is not a place that my mama and daddy went to. Where I'm going is not anything that has ever been seen in my family. Where I've gone was nothing like what I saw in my family. I told y'all earlier, my friends have a hard time relating to me because they've never been friends with a Broadway talent. They've never been friends with a person who's actually on TV. So imagine the change that they're going through just to relate to me and where I am, where I've been, and where I'm going. It's wild. Why do you act like that? Well, my experiences and my expertise and my training gives me a certain worldview. And I'm not like your other brother. Spiritually, I'm not like your other friends. And I have to accept that about myself and accept that change in order to be free on my own. Over the last year and a half of my life, so many people in their various ways have asked me to diminish myself. That's not who I am. I am not diminished. You're going to have to figure out what it's like to be friends with a celebrity energy like myself without triggering your who does he think he is. And I have to accept that change too. I moved from New York City into a very, very small town, Mayberry. It's giving Mayberry. It's giving Green Acres. It's giving everybody who's ever dreamed as big as I dream here has left to go on to bigger things. I'm leaving to go on to bigger things and better relationships and friendships very soon because I'm tired. And I fired a lot of people yesterday in spirit and in truth. Took them off my calendar and said, when you're ready, let me know. You're not ready to accept the change that's happening in your life. I am. I need better friends. I need better friends. But your ability to accept that change is very, very important. And before y'all get offended, just know that I don't really have a lot of friends. So don't worry about it. It's chill. But being in tune with your sacral chakra will allow you to tap into your emotional wellness, which of course is something that I've been working on for the last 30 years. Remember, around 30 years ago, my family and my friends started talking me out of my emotional wellness. I was made to understand that I am a black man allegedly in the society. I was made to understand that I'm a queer person in this society. And why I'm saying made to understand is because those identities did not matter to me as a child. I did not care about my blackness or alleged blackness as a child. I did not care about my alleged queer identity as a child. That's something that y'all do. Picking people apart analyzing? How many things have you noticed about me that made you uncomfortable or that you think I should be doing differently in this session? Or maybe you think it's good enough because you believe yourself to be good enough and great enough. But for the last 30 years, because of being pulled off of my emotional center by people who were equally as confused and lost as I can be in life, I didn't have emotional wellness. It's wild when you react to other people's emotional instability and they call you crazy. I've been called rude, arrogant, so many things just in the last year or two alone. And I'm like, am I really that way? Or is that your projection on me? Am I really that way? Or are you not in touch with your emotional wellness? Now, if I really am that way, and I saw another doctor online this morning on TikTok talking about this, she was like, if there's something I'm missing, if I've not emailed you, or if there's something that I owe you in life, by all means, email Helen at lovedandlovable.org. And I say this very boldly. If there's something that I owe the folks who are in the audience here, if there's something that I owe someone that's casually passing by, just email Helen. We will resolve it. But I'm done in my life, in my emotional wellness, of making other people's stuff my stuff. And over the last week, I've been kind of trying to phase my team and my family of choice into this. I will not be talking as much to any of you to preserve my emotional wellness. But if you have something to offer or something to say or something to contribute, or if you'd like to get involved, by all means, email Helen at lovedandlovable.org or live chat on the site. But there's no need for me to come off of my center when I can put on orange, which I don't have, but I can look around the space for orange and call in joy, energy, and success. I can call upon the Kwanzaa principle of Kuji Chagulia, self-determination. Remember, folks, that discipline and determination is just you making yourself do the things that hopefully bring you joy. You really want to do the things that bring you joy. And making yourself do the things that bring you joy, because that can be hard, right? That can be difficult. Making yourself, giving yourself permission to do the things that bring you joy, energy, and success. I know that self-determination thing can be a little rough because, once again, when you're looking at the loved and lovable opposition or the loved and lovable pressures or the loved and lovable resistances in your family and friends and immediate circle, not blaming them, for those of you who are watching very closely and analyzing my body language and my words and all that other bullshit. I'm not talking about blaming other people. I'm talking about truly coming home to yourself and being self-determined. Not doing it for the gram. Not doing it for the booty claps. Not doing it for the good job, Dre. But doing it for the good feeling inside. That I'm determined to launch this revival. I'm determined to build this mutual aid, mutual reciprocity thing where I scratch my back and you scratch yours. The whole society is operating that way anyway. I'm just the guy that chose to actually say it out loud and hold people accountable to it without mincing words. Everybody in society, including myself, is asking themselves what's in it for me as it relates to you. I'm the only nigga that decided to put it out on Main Street. Yo, why are you here? Are you paying me or not? I'm gonna ask people today, to their face. You say you want to talk to me. You want to talk to me as a friend? Or do you want to talk to me as a consultant? Because the friends in my life are getting like 15-minute sprints where we talk for 15 minutes, check in, then we push off to go make that bag. My consultants pay me anywhere between sliding scale $25 a session to $250 an hour. But y'all gotta choose who you are and what you want. And if you want 15 minutes in heaven with Flo, sign up on loveandlovable.org. If you're prepared to pay me for the good that I bring into the world, I will invoice you. Then you will set your appointment. Forevermore. But 15 minutes in heaven. Fifteen minutes in heaven is all you need with me. One of my clients hit me up last week and was like, I went on the website and looked for 45-minute sessions with you and an hour session with you. I couldn't find it anywhere. I said, yeah, because most of my clients say the same thing 3 times without actually making any changes. So you all get 15 minutes to figure it out. My staff, team, whatever they want to be called today, if they got issues, let's bang it out for 15 minutes. I'm off the phone call. Because you'll find in life that just talking about the situation will actually dampen the you can suck the air out of your dreams. We could teach a master class about that and will. But you can actually suck the air out of your dream by talking about it too much. Ask me how I know from experience. Going back to the chakra, because I got a few minutes on the clock, you can use nuts and seeds and oranges and pumpkins and other orange things to just call your mind to joy, energy, and success. And you can use the affirmation of I feel to get in touch with how you feel. There's also a whole emotional exercise on loveandlovable.org. I'm pulling it up right now. If you scroll down the page gently on loveandlovable.org, on the main page, you're going to see a little line or button with a plus sign that says, click here to start to heal your emotions. And then click here to go deeper and rise. And once you push through, you will see emotion wheels. Are you feeling grateful today? Are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling disappointed? It's important that you express your needs to someone who cares. Remember, everybody doesn't care. I don't always care. So you may not want to express your needs to me either because I don't always care. But if someone is in a space to hold you energetically, and ask them for permission first. I don't know who needs to hear this, but ask people, yo, are you energetically in a good spot to hear as a pastoral, spiritual leader, black man, alleged type? People are always unburdening their bullshit on me. I go to the grocery store and people are like, could you point me to the tampons? No, girl, I don't work here. So it can be really, really difficult as a healer and a light worker to have people constantly unloading on you their issues. Be sure to ask for consent. That's the thing. Hey, do you have the space right now to hold me for the next 5 minutes? Hey, do you have the space right now to hold me for the next hour? I have a really, really rough 5 days coming up in my life. I'm feeling a bit anxious. I'm a little overwhelmed about the next week of my life. Can we talk about it for the next 5 minutes or so? I don't really need you to speak or to try to fix it for me. I just need you to be heard and just cry about this, and then I think I'll be all right. But go to the emotion wheels, go to the needs wheels on loveandlovable.org, linked off the main page. Get in touch with the sensations of your body. You know, maybe you're out there today and you need to learn more. Some of y'all honestly need to learn more. I'm not even trying to be that guy. This has nothing to do with your community college education, your undergrad, your master's degree, your doctorate. It doesn't matter if you have no formal education or what, like. But some of you would benefit from learning more about yourself. Some of you benefit from learning more about other people. Some of you don't know how people who are different than you even live. It's important that you investigate the other side of the fence so that you can be a great global citizen and a positive contributor to society. You don't want to be an air thief, do you? Some of y'all are. But you don't want to really be an air thief. Don't you want to be happy, healthy, and free from all suffering? I believe you can. Maybe you're out there under the sound of my voice and you're looking for more power in your life. We do a lot of work here in Love in Action Network to increase your power. Maybe you're a person who needs more friends. I told you, I'm not looking for those. I've got tons that I'm trying to get rid of because they are not who they say they are. But maybe you are looking for friends. We can teach you here how to maintain friendships and how to be a better friend. Maybe you need help this morning. Maybe you need a greater level of self-esteem. Maybe you're looking to figure out how to get more respect in your life. That's been definitely something I've been challenged with over the last few years. How to be in harmonious relationship with family and friends while also demanding and commanding that they respect me as I am, not as they want me to be. You should hear these people when they talk. You know, I don't always respond. Sometimes I'll say something sassy back, but most of the time I'm just like, that's what you think about me. And they're always talking, folks. They're always telling you. Even just like who you are or what you should be doing or like what. And so some of us are going to have to demand respect. Come out of this Mr. Nice Guy thing. Come out of this people pleasing. Even Tony Jones this morning was talking about how people pleasing is always anchored in fear, never love. This includes your family, friends, volunteer team, paid staff to come, what have you. Make sure that you are asking for your boundaries and respect, your privacy. My therapist once taught me this, and I'll hand this over to the room. She said, when people ask you how you're doing, you don't owe them any obligation. You're not obliged. You don't owe them your story. And Dr. Brene Brown talks about this as well. How you don't owe anybody your story. You're completely okay to say to people who ask you how your day is going. And y'all will be catching this very, very soon for those of you who are in the room. And don't forget, if you're a VIP member, go to Halo and check yourself in. I've been checking you all in when you don't care about it. But on Halo, they now tell me at corporate that people can check themselves into the events they're sitting in. Y'all go check yourselves in if you care. I'll read attendance in a second about our top members. For my need for order and peace and truth and fairness. But I want to challenge everyone in our last few minutes here to truly figure out which comfortable emotions you have, because those will make your day brighter. What uncomfortable emotions you have that will help you to work with someone like myself or our other practitioners here in Love in Action Network to get clear about how to remove those entanglements, as Tara would say. And then come clear with people about what your needs are. Hi, I'm Dr. Flo. I need more interesting and bold collaborators. And then let other people make up their mind whether they are those people or know those people. I'm finding that it would seem that the people who I've attracted don't know anybody. I'm their only friend, or so-called friend. They don't seem to know anybody. No growth since 1972. But I'm looking for interesting and bold people, and those who are interesting and bold who have bold and interesting friends. I also want people, and I'm looking for people who are unapologetic about calling people into this work. I need disciples who are bold and interesting in their personal discipleship. You have to want this for yourself and for the world. But we're not going back and forth anymore about it because I have a needs wheel here. Taking it to the next one. Maybe you have a need today for more unity. Maybe you have a need today for more integrity. Maybe you have a need today for more beauty. Maybe you have a need today for more participation. Some of you are really feeling left out of life. You may want to figure out how to meet that need of participating more. I have people around me all the time who have a growth need according to the needs wheel from Human Systems. I'm surrounded by people who say to me when they're complaining that they wish that they could be more involved in life. They have a need for more participation. Well, you're going to have to give up that idea that people are annoying. You're going to have to give up that idea that people get on your nerves. You're going to have to give up that idea that adults have a hard time making friends. I'm letting you know that is not true. You have a hard time making friends. I'm surrounded by people who want to be my friend more than I want them to be. I have people in my life who consider me to be their friend who I'm not friends really to. Friends are not hard to find. You have not been honest about your need to participate in your own life. Right? I have an equal need for participation. I want to participate again in the community building and the community education and the community self-esteem. So I can talk to my team of volunteers about my need to participate because it's a growth need. All humans want to grow. Let's talk about some other things that's in the growth, because usually people get bored in life or get a little depressed because they want to grow and they don't know how to grow. So under the Human Systems Needs Wheel number 2, you'll see a little orange section on lovedandlovable.org that relates to your growth. And most people feel stagnant or standing in place in their lives because they have an unexpressed need to grow. Okay? I am not better than any of this. I have it too. But within your need to grow and not be stagnant may be these kinds of feelings and emotions. Maybe you need more play. Okay? And once again, folks, what I'm talking about you has nothing to do with me, no matter how much you may want to blame me. Because I've also noticed that the closer people get to me, the more they kind of want to blame me for their happiness or lack thereof. My happiness comes from me. That's my mantra. Whenever I start getting really, really rough on Poppy Waters' ass, thinking that, well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. If he had done this, I'd be happier. Then Spirit always reminds me that my happiness comes from me. In fact, the Course in Miracles says, my happiness can only come from me. Stop blaming your teachers, your colleagues, your collaborators, your friends, and your family for the happiness you don't have. It's not on them. It's not on them at all. It's not on them at all. Okay? But you may be feeling stuck in your life because you're not growing. And a way to grow is by seeing what your needs are. Maybe you need more contribution. Maybe you need a deeper sense of purpose. Maybe you are failing to find inspiration in your life. Maybe you need to learn more. Can I get away from this? Some of y'all are feeling very, very stuck in life because you're in opposition to your learning process. Dr. Flo, third person, me, Dre, I, yo, whatever, fuck that guy. I have a deep need for growth. I learn something new about myself, other people, and my work every day. I'm always asking, how do I figure this out? How do I build a mass choir in a place that is so bereft? How do I build a love movement in a society that is so bereft? So I gotta learn how to market myself better. I gotta learn how to radically accept myself and radically tell my story. I gotta learn these things. I've learned plenty, but I've got so much more to learn. Maybe you have a need for challenge in your life. Now be careful with this one, because when I coach my clients, they have a need for challenge, and then I challenge them and they disappear for months. I think I talk a lot about the Marine who I used to teach voice to. I challenged that Marine in his emotions and he stopped showing up. I challenged my family and friends in their emotions and what they give, and they stop showing up. But you need that challenge in your life in order to advance yourself. It's part of your process. Maybe you need more excitement. Maybe you need more success. Maybe you need a greater feeling of accomplishment. There's so many people in life who don't feel like they have any wins or anything to be proud of. You got to find one thing in your life today to be proud of. I'm proud of my ability to build relationships. I can't get away from that participation thing today. A lot of you are deep in confusion and chaos inside because you both want to be seen and not seen at the same time. And in order to participate in your life, you got to be willing to be seen. You got to participate. It's so hard for adults to make friends. There are extroverts. It is week 12 of the year. We just said Happy New Year day before yesterday, and now we're in week 12. In our ecosystem of love, we use a few guiding texts to help us. This is Fables and Spells by Adrienne Maree Brown. I do read from that often. The Love and Action Network Bible is Emergent Strategy. I would encourage everyone who takes this work seriously to read it and get into it. It's very important. And then we also use Melody Beattie's 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact. And this week's theme is all about an open mind. Day 2 of week 12. Whenever we start thinking we've seen, heard, or done it all, we can be assured we haven't. Something new is just around the corner. And this is, I'm going to flip back briefly to the needs wheel. Okay? You need more excitement, you need more success, you need more challenge, you need more learning, you need more inspiration. Like you gotta confront that idea inside of you. And I coach this to my clients and my growing academy and studio and practice. If you want those things in your life, the way that you say you do, you're going to need to learn how to embrace something new. You may not be able to have the challenge, learning, inspiration, purpose, and motivation and direction and attention. Some of y'all really want attention, especially you TikTokers. Y'all love attention. TikTok is an attention platform. They want you to crave the attention, and they want you to, yeah, that's pretty much it. They just really want you to crave attention. But what if something new beyond attention was around the corner? What if something new? What if someone new was coming? You'd be surprised how the revolving door that is my life has shifted even in the last 6 months. There are people who just saw themselves out and new people saw themselves in. And if somebody else decides to fuck you, Flo, and most of the time people leave me because I don't give them enough attention. I've been doing this work for well over a decade. And other areas of my life's work for 3 decades. And usually it's that they don't get enough attention from me. But something new for them and something new for me is just around the corner. Whenever lazy thinking kicks in, whenever we find ourselves spouting judgments about something before we've checked it out, whenever we start relying on assumptions and not paying attention to what we see, hear, and feel, it may be the time to open our mind. Whenever lazy thinking kicks in, whenever we find ourselves spouting judgments about something before we checked it out, this is also why, I have lots of opinions about people in life, but like I said, I'm all about taking an inquiry stance. I'm going to ask my friends and family and clients because I got some overlap here. I can't wait to have like just clients with no personal relationship. Like me, me and my former therapist. No personal relationship, just strictly business. But I teach to ask a question. So I want to ask them, you say that you miss me, you say that you want to connect, you say that your student wants to connect. Is Dr. Flo connecting as a human friend to you? For 15 minutes. Thank you, Tara. Or are you going to pay me to go deeper? And I don't make the rules, folks. Capitalism did this. But instead of me going in hot and assuming that I know who people are to me, some of the people in the community, if you look back in the receipts and the text message, you'll see that I've started asking more questions than responding. Maybe there's something that I haven't checked out. This week I don't want to go too far in it because I don't want to embarrass this person because they were scared when they got in here. But you may have like an actual mental health care situation that I need to be more concerned about and more aware of to help you be in a friendly relationship with me. Whenever we start relying on assumptions, meaning that you think you know me, I think I know you, even though we're always evolving and changing all the time. Whenever we start relying on these assumptions about other people and not paying attention to what we see, hear, and feel, it may be time for us to open our minds. To crack our minds open to the infinite possibility that there may be something about you that you don't know. I will tell you this though. When you start telling your truth, such as one of my very, very open truths that I do not really enjoy planet Earth as it stands, I'm working very, very hard in my life to create a new beginning. I'm trying to inhabit what Eckhart Tolle talks about as a new earth. I'm trying to open and raise the consciousness of the planet so that I can live in a different society. But I do not like it here. I'm a chronically depressed person who every morning wakes up to more bad news from a world that doesn't have to live this way. But I'm going to have to stay open to embrace the good, even though I cannot stand this planet at all. At all. But there are birds and grass and sun and water and coffee and so much to be grateful for. But even in my situation, I can't make assumptions. A lot of my suicidal ideation of the past was about me assuming that because I had these feelings and these energies right now, that I would always feel that way. I can't rely on the assumption that the friend group I have right now is always going to be the same. We know that's not true. I can't rely on the idea that everything I know right now is all I'll ever know. That's not true. Look into the work of Byron Katie. Byron Katie, who was on the floor of her kitchen with cockroaches crawling across her face. In her spiritual practice of the work, she talks about asking yourself as it relates to your judgments and your assumptions, is that true? Is it true that it's hard to make friends as an adult? Is it true that it's hard to recruit for my mass global choir of love or my local mass choir of love? Is it true that it's difficult? Then she goes on with her second question. Are you sure that it's true? People walk around, I'm so ugly, I'm so unattractive. Is that true that you're unattractive? Are you sure? She goes on to say, who would you be without the thought I'm ugly? Who would you be without the thought I'm disconnected? Who would you be without the thought it's hard to make friends after 20? That mind virus. I can't stand it. Every time I hear it. Well, you know, Dr. Flo, it's so hard to make friends after a certain age. I'm like, you don't live the life I live. These people try to touch me and hug me in public in Food Lion without permission. We don't live the same life. Because there are people who see my God light in Dollar General and want to hug me by the chips. That's not true, that it's hard to make friends. I can't get rid of the ones I have. It's time for you to open your mind and to ask yourself, who would you be without that thought? And then she goes on in step number 4 of the work. And look this up. It's online, Byron Katie, the work. The 4th situation is a turnaround. Instead of saying, I can't make any friends as an adult, say the opposite. I can make friends as an adult. I feel that I'm able to make friends as an adult. I feel that I don't need to be lonely. I feel that great things are in store for me. And that's true, folks, today. It will always be true. There are great things in store for you. And you will have exactly the day that you believe you deserve. As above, so below. Higher power, I'm so grateful for my black boy Joy. And I'm so happy that my black boy Joy is an inside job. I'm grateful for the people who sojourn along life, careening at thousands of miles per hour through this thing we call the Milky Way. I'm grateful that just for today I can choose to be happy. Just for today I can choose to be full of myself. Just for today I can choose to call myself and be deeply and profoundly within myself loved and lovable. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering just for today. And may a bigger love hold you always in its big, big hands. As above, so below. As above, so below. As above, so below. Thank you, higher power. And especially thank you, higher power in me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here, but I will serve you love and serve you only for the rest of my life. I will pay attention to you love and you love only for the rest of my life. I will shake off all of the weight that has held me down up until now and step into the fullness, glory, and joy that is being in love with you. Oh, great universe that loves me back with equal intensity just for today and forevermore. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. You're loved and lovable. If you're interested in connecting with us, over on the website, we've got ways for you to plug in. There's a welcome message that's there. There are areas to donate. You can learn more about my love revival called The Love Experience. You can learn more about Loved and Lovable Academy and also my sessions with people to help them heal emotionally and also heal and secure a bag. Y'all all want money. You're very obsessed with money. So I'll teach you how to make more energetically. And then if you want to learn more about our community and leadership, that's there. And if you want to start to heal your emotions, we got the emotion wheels that I focused on today. And also there's 15 plus events for you to RSVP to, including the VIP events for our VIP membership in Halo. Speaking of which, let's do shout outs real quick before I go, because I'm the boss here of my life. Not just Love and Action Network. There's some things that's higher. I want to thank Jamie for updating their profile over on our VIP membership. We have 9 top attendees this week. And don't forget, Love and Action Network, check in yourselves. And that will help you feel like someone here. At least that's the way to get my attention. Special thank you to Tara, a top attendee, VIP Tara, 14 events. VIP Starlight, 9 events attended in Love and Action Network in the recent week. or so. Caden, VIP Caden, 9 events attended. VIP Flo, 8 events attended. VIP Brentley, 4 events attended. VIP Angie, 3 events attended. A VIP Terrelyn, 1 event attended. VIP Jamie, 1 event attended. And VIP Gabrielle, 1 event attended. And whether you attended 1, 14, or 14,000, we're very, very grateful for you being part of our mission. If you want to become VIP, where I pay special attention to you, join through our link in bios and lovedandlovable.org. I would love to get to know you better, but if you're just passing through for a little bit or a long bit, I hope that you're happy, healthy, and free from all suffering today. To learn more about our VIP membership, which is free, and to tap into all of our paid services, which are paid as you can. People pay me anywhere between $25 to $250 an hour to $5,000 for a 20-minute, I would say a 20-minute song. It was 20 minutes of work for a 4-minute song. And I've sang a 4-minute song and got paid $5,000 in donations for it. So whether you got $25 or $5,000, if your pockets are that deep, I'm here for you to do the real work of love. And I'll see you tomorrow, where we step from yesterday's root chakra into the sacral chakra today. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about the solar plexus. The solar plexus chakra, just to give a little teaser, is that part of you that has a butterflies in your stomach when you go to ask for a raise. Butterflies in your stomach when you go to speak to your friends what you really need. The butterflies in your stomach when you cancel an appointment on me. The butterflies in your stomach when you disappear for days, weeks at a time, and then come back saying that you miss me. So the way that you get in touch with those emotions is by dealing with your sacral chakra on Tuesday, I feel. And then tomorrow, if you show back up, we're going to talk about what you do. Okay? Stay loved and lovable.